In this video, I'm showing you a new defense that you can try in NBA 2K26 for your pro or rec team. If you're new to the channel, my name is Lance. I was the head coach in the NBA 2K League for 6 seasons where I won a championship with Bucks Gaming. And for the last 2 seasons, I was the head coach for USA Basketball's 2K esports team where we've won back-to-back gold medals. So the new defense that I really haven't talked about on the channel, but I want to kind of install it and show everyone kind of what it is. So it's called a lift defense. And to start this, I'll actually show a diagram. And here's the diagram. We're going to start out with lift with a normal PNR, and then I'll show you lift in 2 of the variations. So what lift defense does is it really just forces the point guard on the other team to make reads or hit their center for a lot of baskets. So with lift with the center in the back end, you're always going to want to lift to your stack side with your power forward or your center. They could intertwine or interchange here. So the idea here of lift is, let's say this center setting the screen to the right, your lock is always going to want to push the ball handler towards the wing defender. So from here, you're going to want your lock to always press up here, and then lift. The shooting guard is going to be playing high. They're going to give up their cuts. Now you could pin or try to push it a little bit, but ideally you're help this side of the screen. So you need to be help inside of the screen or to the middle, and your lock is always going to play outside of the screen to keep the point guard in the middle here. Now, your power forward, you're not sitting on ball. You're going to be spacing here, and then your center is going to be spacing here. Or you can fully commit to a double team. Now, if the center pops right, the lock's going to take it. The lock's just going to play it. But if the center doesn't, and they set it, and then they slip down, then the lock is chasing through to get back. The shooting guard's going back. Power forward's going back. And then the center's going to take it and drop. So everything will kind of look like in the flow of where we're pinching middle, returning back, everyone's returning back, center's going to take it. So with this, you're going to be able to forcing kind of a animation game between the centers if they can get stops. Now, if your center's too slow to get down here, we can change it up, put your power forward down there. You can run into different things. In variation 2, I set the offense up in a 5 out here with both bigs in the corner. You can kind of drop whichever way you want. With the lift defense, though, again, the idea is on the left here, we have a shooting guard and power forward. Most of the time, your shooting guards and pro am are 6'8". We're going to be lifting or dropping from the shooting guard side. So how this will work is a lock is always going to try to force the ball handler toward the drop side. It's just smaller drop windows. If they get to the right here and go up, the angle is just a little tougher to take. So as the point guard gets forced this way, if the point guard commits to fully going, that is when your power forward will take it. Your lock can follow down, but ideally they're chasing back out, and then the shooting guard's taking to the corner. Now, if the point guard runs in, doesn't go up, and then they run back out, you have 2 options. You could have the power forward chase, so the power forward drop and chase up, or you could have everybody return back. So if we rotated, point guard drove in here, power forward took it, shooting guard goes corner, and then the point guard decides I'm going to run back out, then the lock could run back out, the shooting guard could run back up, and the power forward could run back to the corner. And so we'll just keep doing that over and over. Now, your backside help here. So let's say the lock is forced in this way. Even though we have the drop point coming this way and this player might be going, if a cut comes from the right here, so let's say this wing cut happens, and your point guard is too small to take cuts, it is then the center's job or the opposite big's job to take the backside cuts. These 2 are only worried about the guard and like what they're doing over here. And then with this, your shooting guard, they should be able to take their own if they want, but you can call it. But that is in general lift. So here I set up in variation 3. Variation 3 is always going to have a double stack big side with your power forward and your center. And the reason being is your power forward usually has some good perimeter. They have good block. They're going to be able to play 2 really well. So here again, our stack side is always to our double bigs. Over here on the left, the shooting guard is really playing aggressive. Everybody's kind of have to take their own cuts. So if shooting guard cuts, the shooting guard has to play it. Corner cuts, point guard play it, and try to get steals. Lock guys and everything middle. But again, the idea here is this center is going to be going on anything to the paint. So as the point guard gets forced this way, drives in, the lock's going to not chase. They can chase a little bit, but they got to be able to get back out here and jump or do something. Power forward rotates. They rotate. Now, when that point guard comes in and comes back out, the center is not chasing. They're just running back to the corner. And then the lock's running back up, power forward running back up. So the job, since we have double stack left, we're always going to try to force the guard to the left here. They did a good job of moving the center to the top. So we just had our big chase it instead of our guard being on a center to shoot. So we had our center chase top. Still the same concept, though, is we still want to allow a big to drop. Now, we could go backside drop here, but our point guard is wing. It's a longer run. They have less contest. So ideally, we still keep forcing this guard to my corner, and then I'm going to be the drop man. And then watch Green here. He's going to run to my corner, and then when they come back up, we're returning back. And that's how he ends up getting the steal, is he thinks I'm chasing, when really I'm letting him return back, and he runs up, gets a steal for us. So this is the concept of the lift defense. More of a kind of a rotation aspect. That kind of got us out of it, but the same concepts here about your bigs chasing in, taking those cuts, taking those drives to help with, rim protection, and then your guards not chasing all the way down, or your wing players not chasing all the way down to the paint, and instead, when this rotation point happens here, they can run back up, take it, get us back into our set defense. Now for clip 2 here, we now have our double stack bigs on the right, so we kept switching it up. We kept putting ourselves in the left corner. We switch it to the right corner. We were just trying to get matchups and make sure that the point guard is getting a little uncomfortable and not being able to just throw the same pass every play. So here we're right. So to really run the stack into, or the lift defense into this rotation point, again, from the opposite wing standpoint, it doesn't really matter which way they drive. I would always just keep trying to force them to help so no fades can come off. This guy's job is to be here, not where they're at currently, here. His job is to be about right here. And this big's job is to play the lane to the corner. Any cut down the middle, this big is taking, and he's filling to the right, he's filling to the corner. Any cut from the right, the corner player has. That's why everybody has to play in position. I like playing the inside when the opposite wing forces them to center help. So if they fade, you have somebody there to help you because there's a little more room here. So here, they get to the middle, we pinch. Our big over here on the right is ready to go. And this is where our team's got to do better. We did end up getting the hand up, but this should never be a chase down here. This guard should not chase down. This player's job is to now run, play the lane to this wing. This player's job is to get to the corner, and then this player to the paint. We got a hand up, or a steal actually. It's just good defense. But again, not really exactly what happens, the point, but a point of showing what the rotation points will look like. And really what you're doing is making a point guard throw the pass every time. And then I know I'm going to get comments about quick dips, things like that. Move your players around. Not everyone's going to be really good at quick dips. Like if this player was really good at quick dips, I would always try to manipulate our defense where maybe I always have me on the quick dip and I put him on top on the stack side with my center, and then they're rotating. So again, you're going to just have to be able to play the chess game on defense and offense. Okay, for our next clip here, I wanted to show kind of an instance of our guard getting beat up the court, our players being in decent position, but again, just the rotation points of what needs to happen. So here, this player's job, I know this person has blur. That's a really tough badge to stop. So you got to either meet them early, like in this area, or you got to get the early bump, kind of the free throw. But everything should be flowing left here. So this guard should already be in position to run to my corner. This player should already be in position to run to this wing. And then the player that's beat needs to run to the top middle. But instead, we kind of chase down here. It's not smooth. I end up meeting the blur early. I think I have Hall of Fame paint controller and things. But again, lift defense, ideally, when you run it the right way, it's going to always allow a rotation point, and it's going to force the guard to have to really think, especially when blur comes out. You're going to really want somebody going every time, because with this badge, you're not going to get a lot of stops. If you try to chase it with a guard, they're going to get a lot of just green, easy dunk animations. Now for this clip, I want to show the lift. We have double stacks on the right, so our rotation point is right. The score right now, as you can see, a minute left, we're up 3. This is where, as a defense, you're just going to need to be smart and, understand where you're at with the game. So I'm telling everybody I'm still going, but not to give up a 3 here. There's a minute. We can play the numbers game. So I'm actually going to lane the corner pass. But again, our players on the inside, leverage, going to force right. It's smaller windows to rotate. Ankle broke, left cut. So on the left side here, again, we're not doing the jobs correctly. This player should be in a position to bump the cut and allow our center to take this cut and then rotate to the corner. So that's what should have happened on the left here. They don't throw. They try to get me to move, which that's not my job. And I go for the lane because we're up 3. And if they get a dunk, I'm just going to allow it to happen because we don't need me to drop there. But again, our player on the wing here is in great position to go fill my corner. I should have got the steal, don't end up getting it, but again, it's the same aspects. So in this clip, I want to show you what lift looks like against a normal PNR, and then to show you really, to tie it all together, how this defense plays in the PNR set versus the 5-out set. So again, we're set up with double stack bigs on the right. This wing player here is going to play aggressively off the pinch off this wing player. And then our on-ball player has to play his left heavy, force the guard into the middle to our help side. And then our power forward's playing aggressive to the wing. And then I'm playing aggressive to any of the cuts that come into play. So as you can see here, look how aggressive we're being. We're almost in a red double team. This guard is either thinking throw the slip or throw one of these two, but he has to make a decision quick, and then we can play mind games back with him. So he ends up trying to quick dot the wing because he thinks we're rotating. We don't actually move. At this point, we're okay with giving up a dunk, but we're talking through all of those kind of situations. So this is where they're playing a guessing game with you. You got to play a guessing game back. Not every single time do you have to like fully rotate. Like this center's wide open on the slip. They don't make the read. And again, that's just the mind game that you're playing. Sometimes you give up a 2, it's okay. But just to show the lift concepts here again, player has to play the left side, force it to the wing help. Power forward's playing aggressive, center's ready to go, but also still playing your player if we're not set up right. So now we end up kind of getting out of it. And then now I just fully ran into the PNR, but we want to keep the same concepts of not, giving him the wide side, be ready to pinch. We're still going to play kind of the same defense here on pinching and getting back, and then just making sure that the guard doesn't have like super wide open lanes in order to shoot any of those fades that you see. But this is the lift defense in general. It works against the 5-out. It works against PNR. It's not a defense that you can run in the entire game, but if the guards start to figure it out and they're making a lot of reads, then sometimes get in and out of it, move your bigs around. Some of the different variations I showed, you can do it a lot of different directions with the double stack bigs, both bigs in the corner. There's a bunch of different situations you can put yourself in as a defense. If you come against some no-dip players that are just really good, most of the time the team doesn't have all 5 that's really good. So make sure to try to put your, rotation point on their player that doesn't, have the quick dip ability that maybe one of them has. Usually there's like 1, maybe 2 that are like really good at it. And so sometimes during games, we'll adjust, move the drop points off the wings. We'll move the drop points here and there. So we'll just kind of do whatever we can to make the guard and the other team have to think about what they're doing. And especially in this game in NBA 2K26 with how easy fades are in situations like that. And that'll do it for this video. If you're a YouTube content creator and you want a tool to help you with titles, descriptions, and tags, check out a tool in the description called LaunchLens. It automatically does these things for you, and it does the best ones for YouTube. If you play a competitive Prime or Rec and you want to join a Discord, check out mine in the description. It's for Off-Grid, the team that you see playing here. I'm always recruiting, looking for better players, so check that out. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.